Hello, welcome to my channel for Evolved Humans. I'm Ms. Day. So, this reading is pretty straightforward. Whoever I'm talking to, it's like you really want a straight answer, and I feel like you're getting one. This reading is very, very, very clear. So, whoever you are, I feel like you have, it's like there's a couple different pathways in here, in the message. It's like they're telling you so many aspects of this. So I'm just going to start at the bottom and work my way up. So in the first place, to be grounded, I know that you're awakened. I know that you guys experience things. I know that you're feeling like a height of almost an emotional pit. Whether this is like, I know this is happening because there's something to move in your vehicle. So whoever you are, you want a clear channel. That's who I keep experiencing. I just keep getting the message and questions even that someone wants to clear their channel. Everybody, all of the readings, everyone this week is like just needing a clear, straightforward answer with how to do that. And I feel like this reading is that. So, okay. So first of all, I feel like the reality of the situation is you need to think about, there's even like a card with a stream going down. And it makes me think of the flow. This makes me think of gravity pulling down. So in an energy way of saying that, the way that I feel like whoever you are, like you need to see this grounding thing as you are already grounded in a physical sense because you're a biological creature of the earth. Like we are pulled towards the earth. That is literally happening. So you're physically grounded, and in that physical, it's like a flesh area. In the energy way, we produce a low frequency. Just having a biological living system, it just puts out a low frequency alive. So it's like there's all, the thing is with low negative stuff, it's not in a forward motion, so it's not going up on its own. It's something that, like, when you go to clear a house, I would go to recognize what's down here lingering and heavy and find a way for it to move itself up. So to be kind of intersected as it was sitting there downward, because if you don't go up, there's a natural pull down. So it happens that way. And I know this sounds crazy so far. So it's like, just tie everything I just said into emotional baggage, emotional weight, wounds, experiences, just literal negative experiences throughout your life. Because I know that there are a lot of you who really want to clear the communication passageways. And it's like, I feel like the door is literally right there, but you are the only one who can open it. And this message, this reading is basically saying the number one center focus of this message is, there are many aspects, but this is it. You have to be your own best friend internally, inside your body, your physical vehicle, everything that you do that isn't perfect. You have to find a way to fully emotionally accept that at this moment in time, you are all you've got to do anything about clearing that passageway. I know it's really intense sounding, so just to add to that, it's like the flesh-like vehicle that we are. So when we're going through the early stages of adulthood, the early stages of childhood, and then like into adolescence, when a lot of us didn't heal in our childhood, like even like the loss of a pet, I feel like I'm feeling right now for someone, that the loss of a pet in your childhood, you were just like, oh, well, they're gone. And it was like you were expected to just brush it off, just like it was dirt off your hands. That happened a lot. And that's a huge part of this reading. It's like all of those times that you had to block your own natural upheaval of a heavy emotion. it was stifled and almost redirected. And it's like, that's what we do. I mean, that's what we do. That's even like teaching your baby to go to sleep without crying and throwing a fit. Like, there are stages of development that we have to decide that we're going to react to what we just experienced and apply it to every experience thereafter. So a lot of the wounds developed, it isn't about necessarily zoning in on every single wound when it comes to the healing. A lot of it is recognizing that the reason you're not sure what to do is because you naturally block that frequency from coming out. That's your natural way of reacting to it when it is drawn forward. So here's an example of what can draw it forward. Let's say someone experiences a lot of negative stuff in a house. All of the creepy stuff, like scratching on the walls, thumping, running up and down the stairs in the middle of the night. Lights flickering on and off, like TV weird stuff, like funky stuff. Let's say you clear it out because you're like, hey, I'm going to take over this environment. I'm going to put my authority out there instead of being a victim to someone else's that I can't even see. So in this same way, it's like if someone dies in that house after you've already cleared it, you've already helped entities evolve, beautiful, wonderful light, lift the feeling of gray and shadow feeling and heavy and like the curtains drawn all the time kind of perspective, even if they're not. It's like, just imagine a tragedy happening and just a whole bunch of negative feelings coming out into the air. That's natural. That's what happens. I mean, we all experience loss. We all experience like crazy, terrible things that come up. Like a lot of people would say tower moment. If you just like connect the fact that the negative energy that had happened there before, reactions to it have evolved, but it's still there where it happened. So it's like it's like anything negative that comes up on top of that draws extra activity up, that's when like you'd clear a home again. A lot of people go and bless a house when like they move into some new house, or like they have people come and bless the home because they just want a new, fresh, clean and clear, safe, secure feeling in their own home. So it's like when this stuff, it gets kind of drawn and you're like, why do I feel like I'm weighed down? It's only because when you have all of these little pockets at certain points in time, you just kind of let them fall down and didn't intersect it with like a reaction that would be evolving it, evolving into a new healthy reaction or like an output, so it's not stuck in there lingering like in a house. And it's like you have already healed so many of those traumatic moments that like I understand why it feels like the viewpoint when I was like getting ready to do this, it feels like so many of you are like, I've healed so much, why do I keep feeling like I'm blocked? And it's like you just have to clear it out in a bigger way, because instead of seeing it like a whole bunch of little moments that would have caused all of these things you need to heal, really it's just your house. And it's just remembered some of the pain because something stirred it up, maybe a movie, maybe a song, maybe a relationship, maybe just the fact that you've had time to go over your life in your head alone. But it's like, whoever you are, the feminine in you has got to be just as strong as the authority in you over your vehicle. It's like you have to have physical authority over your vehicle, just like it's a house. You decide, I don't like that feeling that's weighing me down. You don't need a special ritual to get rid of it. All you have to do is ask to help you get it out. Ask, what do I need to do to get rid of this? And then like that wanting to know, like it's all going to be you being your own best friend. So here's the message going forward. Super important. 3 parts. You have to have authority over your vehicle, just like it's a house, just like you are the homeowner and you decide what it feels like to live in that house. You decide. If there's any type of ailment or issue that like can be improved by the owner, then you're like, nope, that's my job. I am on it. That's what this message is saying. This reading is saying, fight for yourself like a best friend would. Fight for your own clarity, your own peace, that like feeling of a full fresh breath air, like a fresh breath of air in a beautiful day. Like just imagine when you're a child and you're running outside and we're not like exhausted from running. It's like you're supposed to go through all of the ups and downs. So when these emotions start to come out, or when you feel the blocks, it's like, just ask what you need to get out. Ask if you can have some help clearing it out. And you might not know why you start to release things, but like another thing, treating yourself like your best friend. Like, I feel so much like the message is, if you don't take time to connect to yourself, then you have to understand you're not giving yourself a full commitment to yourself. You're not fully committed to having your own back all the way, like you have the power to do. That's the thing. This message is so straightforward that it's like, no, you can do this. This is even the strength card is in here, and it's like, but when I saw the strength card, it's like it has a lion in it, and it made me think of the upward motion, where it's like, no, I have to reach up. In the worst moments, in the heaviest moments, in the most still, slow moving moments, those are low frequency experiences. You do not have to experience that. Like, you are 100% allowed to love yourself enough in that moment. And I'm not saying in a silly way, I'm not saying like to like just pretend to love yourself deeper. This has to do with your voice, truly having your back. That means do the thing that you think is silly if you're someone who doesn't say the daily affirmations. Like, it's not about repeating a script. It's not about that. It's about finding out what it is that can give you an upward intersect when something's pulling down naturally because it's been down before. It's like when it's already able to kind of accelerate down quicker, that's when you need all of everything you've got to cut it in that moment and be like, I'm going to reach up instead. I'm going to reach up here. I am not going to sink down. I need help. And let yourself speak. Ask for help in the moment. Speak the affirmations no matter what. It's not only about waking up and saying them. If you're going through a slow, still time in your day, speak out for yourself. Like, say the things that really make you feel like, no, I have a right to experience like the full high frequency, like the full abundance level around me. Because, and I don't mean financial abundance, even though like, yes, I know it's important to have that. I feel like when I'm saying abundance level, it's like, that's pure love. That's real. That's how you reach for them, because what do you think they're doing when the high frequency is hanging out all around you all the time? They are literally waiting for you to receive them. They're just like, phew, like as soon as you open it and you're like receiving of them in your vehicle, when your vehicle's open to receiving, they're like, phew, they just come in. Because it's like the higher frequency stuff, you access it by loving the way they love you. That's how you draw what comes in at you. That's why oftentimes, like, if we feel this heavy stuff and it's a reaction to something that maybe like isn't as heavy as what you've gone through in the past, it's just because you've had so much going on in this house. It's just always going to be your house. Whatever's happened in this house is always going to have happened in this house. And that means you just have to do a little extra work depending on, the age of the house, the health, how well it's been maintained over the years. You have the power. And that's what this message is saying. It's like, have your own back. If you can if you can love in here, I know, it sounds super cliche, and I'm still seeing energy stuff. It's like if you can literally experience what it's like when you love the people that you love or the animals that you love with your whole self, you can love at them. And it's like this message is do that for you, but it's very much like do it and take authority over the fact that you deserve that type of friend. It's not just a friend, it's literally like they want you to see what you've got. I feel so much in my chest and my heart in here. So it's like I feel like a lot of you, if you are feeling this type of stuff, you might be tensing, you might be doing the tension stuff. And they're like, yeah, but does it feel good to live in that? Because you're the only one. You've got to have an equal intensity upward. You've got to have an equal strength to align with having your back. Like you've got to take authority, and it's got to be for the right reasons. And the right reasons are you deserve to experience what it is you want to experience. And when you want to access the high frequency, when you want to know what guides are around you or what past loved ones, maybe you want to know what they'd say, how they see you. A lot of times it's a still feeling because it's a connection. The connection is wherever you believe it is in here. So it's like, oftentimes, if you wouldn't connect to someone else in the place that you're in this moment, when they're alive sitting in a room with you, then it can also be hard to accept that you are in the room with someone who does fully know and understand you. If you're not like an outward person to everyone that you come in contact with, which I know a lot of you are not. Like outward emotionally, like I said, because I feel like a lot of you really did learn to stifle certain things as they came up throughout development. That does not mean you don't have the power to alter that. This is where like all those science things are super cool and super motivating, because for every positive there is a negative, and for every negative there is a positive. Like you have the ability to redirect your own reactions. It just takes being a human who is able to adapt. You are able to take the baby steps, and they're like, take control and make a commitment that you are going to gain control of that experience in there. Because it's like, that's what another thing that I feel like a lot of people are doing, or maybe thinking about, and you haven't. And a lot of times it's a still moment when you know you need to make a move, but you're contemplating too. So it's not all negative, what I've been saying. But it's like that sinking feeling, or that settled feeling down here. A lot of times we do that when we're like ready to make a physical change or something, and it's like we don't really know what to do or don't even know what to research about it. And I feel like a lot of you just need to make a commitment that you're going to be your own best friend. Your best friend just asked what you can do to feel better physically, like what you can eat to feel better, what you can what kind of exercise could help with your fatigue, or like things like that, or like what kind of stretches or what kind of posture you have throughout your day. It's like things like that. I'm not saying do them all at once. They are saying you do not have to do it overnight. Just give yourself your best. Like, try your hardest for yourself. The way that you would give to others, give that in here. They want so badly for you to experience that, but they want you to decide that you need to and deserve to. And I do feel like many of you going through this, you stepped so out of a lower level, and I don't mean low negative. I mean a level where you were like, okay, this is kind of what I've gotten used to doing as an adult. This is what I do in this type of situation. And I feel like you went through some self-reflection and maturing that put you into a position that you are ready to access the higher frequencies. A lot of you may be using your abilities already to heal others, or working at it. But it's like, they want you to have the answers. This is such a straightforward reading, but it's also it literally has an equal amount of the strength in the feminine and the authority of the masculine. It's like, it's all about you, and also the beauty of our biological connection to nature. Like, you are literally scientifically proven to adapt. You already have that ability. There's no denying that. So they're like, why would you think you couldn't change? So, super intense as soon as I put it down. Has one of my favorite. And the thing is, the authority over your vehicle thing, I know that someone is going to take a big move professionally too. That's like a feeling in here, which that could be feminine or masculine person. But as far as the masculine authority in you, whatever it is like building and getting ready to step. So, someone in there, super cool. It's like I keep hearing this, I just keep feeling like there may be someone who appears small, but they are rising up. And that's how I feel like you're at. That's where I feel like someone's going professionally in this reading, in this group. Okay. So anyway, I'm going to leave it at that. I hope that resonates. I hope it's helpful, because it's super straightforward. That's my favorite type of message to get. So whoever I'm talking to, I know you're just seeking the answers, and you're like, I don't even know what to ask. So hopefully this helps. Thanks for liking the videos and for sharing the videos. That is so awesome. That's so nice. Every time that I see that that's happened, I just think that's the nicest thing ever. So I appreciate it, and I appreciate knowing when it resonates. And so subscribe to the channel and allow for notifications if you want to know when I upload new videos. Okay. See you in the next reading. Bye.